and I'll request you to kindly stay on with us. And now I have a esteemed guest on the broadcast, Dr. Ajay Dua, as well as a former Commerce Secretary, who's also with me live on the broadcast. Thank you, sir, for waiting and being so patient. Appreciate you joining me live this morning. As in fact, these statements are coming up, and I'm sure that you must also be following all the developments very closely as far as this important strategic meeting is concerned. Insurance sector and economic sector are also one of the most talked and most referred sectors in this visit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has told the French companies that this is the right time to invest in India, where the insurance sector has opened up 100% in the FDI, for the FDI, is what Prime Minister Narendra Modi has referred to. How do you view these statements as far as a big headline there in fact is concerned? Insurance sector opened up 100% for the FDI, and making an appeal, or you can say making in fact a remark that for the French companies, for the French businesses who are looking to invest and who are looking to in fact build up, India is a good market.
Thank you, Simran. I think the insurance sector opening up, we had opened it up, but earlier the ceiling was at 74%, which a couple of weeks ago was hiked up to 100%. That should give a fair amount of comfort to insurance companies and the other investors in the United States, as well as Europe, particularly France, which have been eyeing the Indian market. Their banking is well spread into India. BNP Paribas Bank, etc., are doing rather well. So I would think that the opening up to saying they do not necessarily need an Indian partner, as was the requirement hitherto, has been done away with. That should act as an incentive for them, because we are a highly underinsured country. The scope for headroom for expanding insurance in India, be it life insurance or general insurance, is huge. So pointing out this at the India-Japan CEO Forum, India-France CEO Forum was, I think, a very pertinent thing. A second thing which was taken stock of yesterday was the horizon. The India and France have set up amongst themselves what they call the Horizon Roadmap, that by 2047, where would our economic relation be? And that was talked about, and that was reviewed. And I think that is those kind of things where we make this was the sixth dialogue between Prime Minister Modi and Mr. Macron in France, and they've been meeting elsewhere also, that at every such forum, they take a stock of what has been agreed and how much progress we have made. I think they talk about innovation, which is being emphasized, and that could become the theme of the next conference in 2026, as well as India agreeing to host the 4th AI Summit. First was held in the UK, second in South Korea, the third is just finished in Paris, and the 4th is due in India, is a part of this larger scheme of things. But one thing which concerns me a little bit, that those 60 countries have signed the joint declaration. It is the United States and the UK. They have refused to sign it because they do not believe in, I think, what was said yesterday, both by the chairman and particularly by the co-chairman, saying that AI should be on an open source basis. That means available to anyone and not an exclusive property of those who invent it. And secondly, it was also said that it should be inclusive. That means the issues which we do not just address the issues which are facing the countries where the invention is taking place, or where the priorities are different from what is happening in the global south. Both these things went down well with the general masses. But the fact that the Prime Minister is later tomorrow, or say now it will be today, they're meeting President Trump, who really has been standing for saying he wants to protect the inventors He wants to protect the market and the investment made by the inventors in the United States, how well it will go down with him, saying India's open stance and France. See, he had been so far, President Trump had been telling the European Union that you guys cannot have it a free run so far. If you put any restrictions, I even on goods from the EU. So on the matter of AI, where most of the work is taking place either in China, but China is, we don't know how much work, how much is open, how much is state controlled, and most of it openly in the United States. There, they do not want the kind of restrictions which have been worked out and the law passed by the European Parliament last year, late 24, where AI is to be regulated under the Digital Act of the EU. President Trump is absolutely against it, and yesterday his envoy, the Vice President Vance, let it be known that America, the United States, is not on board in making it open source, and it would certainly is, as we know, United States is now much more under pressure of the technical oligarchs than ever before. So how it fans out and what impact it will have on India when India is gone, Indian Prime Minister is there to talk about furthering the cooperation, like we are furthering the cooperation in defense with France. President Trump is saying, why not with me? Why are you not? Why? He's going to be telling him, here you've ordered your M17 planes for the aircraft, your aircraft carrier on France. You are ordering 3 more Scorpion. 60,000 crores is the value of the aircrafts, and 36,000, 18,000 crores is each submarine. You place the order on France, and I think we might have some explanation to give there, and particularly on the technology for engines, I think we could be pretty safe saying we want to make the fighter engines, advanced fighter engines in India. GE is not yet on board. If France is offering us, we've taken it. But these kind of things are the ones which are going to get noticed. And I do hope that the President Trump takes a much larger view of the relationship between India and France and not myopic, saying that India has placed orders here, so India is going more the French way. Because we, like in the case of Russia, are finding that France is willing to share technology with India. It's far more open than any other supplier is. Hence, under our own compulsions, our own requirements to become less and less dependent in defense, we have been going to France and been able to get support from it. For instance, we are also going to be talking to France. Just now, General talked about nuclear cooperation. India has already put on board with France, saying like the US treaty, civilian nuclear cooperation treaty, which we had with the United States, with President Bush's time, and in 16 years we may not have succeeded in getting even a nuclear plant, even one Indo-American nuclear plant. We want to have a treaty with France, which has modular technology for modular nuclear energy. That is, we are going to amend our own Nuclear Atomic Energy Act, and at the same time discuss with France very shortly. I'm sure in the summit meeting.
All right, Mr. Dua, Mr. Tripathi, and Major